Hello and happy new year. So we've made it to 2025. It looks like I've aged about 30 years since my last vlog on Christmas Eve, and it feels like it too. There's been a fair bit going on, which some of you know, and just to put the icing on the cake, I am now riddled with another cold. But I know where that came from, and it can't be helped. But we push on. And like I say, I hope you have had a brilliant Christmas, a good New Year. And whatever happens now, I hope 2025 is kind and gentle to all of us. Because last year didn't play fair for anybody, I don't think. Right, on to business. So I thought I'd, like I say, I hope you don't mind putting up with this. I don't even sound, you know, like that sexy husky. I just sound, yeah, I thought I'd come and do a bit of explaining, a weigh-in update ×2, and yeah, just a little bit of like, I don't know, channel admin, I suppose. Firstly, I'll talk about what happened to Jed, or as I like to mock him, call it editor. He's still not 100%, and I won't lie, it was pretty scary, especially as we haven't got full answers as to why it happened. But all I know is on Christmas Eve we went to the quay. There was carols on the quay, and he's a young, fit, healthy man. He's had a cold, you know, that was going around his work. Like, everyone had this cold. I picked it up, you know. And we thought nothing of it. But as the month went on, he kept saying, like, oh, his joints were hurting. But when you have a bad cold, you think, oh, it is just like the flu. It's just in your joints. It won't go. Well, he struggled walking down there, and he said the pain was really bad, and to the point where we thought, oh, maybe he's sprained something. And both his ankles that night had like swollen, really swollen up. They weren't discoloured or anything at this point. Christmas Day, oh, alongside this as well, he didn't have an appetite, which is not like him at all. He likes his food. In fact, I'm going to say he cheated by going into hospital because he's lost some weight himself. But he didn't eat. Boxing Day, he started to feel quite rough, and the colour in his hands and arms and feet were going like a weird colour. I spoke to 111, and they said just keep an eye. Any temperature though, maybe go to A&E. So I think it was the Thursday. I was like, no, there's something not right. There is something not right. The colour, he was going like a purple, like all of this, and like up here, and his feet were like doubling in size, and they were going like a mottled purple colour, and he started to sweat like he was in bed. And I do not exaggerate when I say this, it was like someone had poured a bucket of water. The bedding was drenched, the mattress was drenched, everything was drenched. So, spoke to 111, and they said, right, we need to get him to A&E. And a good friend of mine drove us down there. Got in, there was a massive queue to just get into the A&E. and he was leaning on me and nearly collapsed. Sweat was pouring off of him. I actually thought he was having a heart attack. I had to grab him a sick bowl because he sort of threw up in, you know. And like I say, this queue was going nowhere. It was just, that bit alone was quite scary. Anyway, we got seen by the triage, and then the doctor come out straight away and started looking and going, this could be meningitis or sepsis. It's not good. Then they tried getting blood out of him, and because he was so dehydrated, they couldn't even get it into a vein. And when they did, nothing was coming. So they did what they could. And then they moved him into the Major's waiting area, where they put a antibiotic drip up straight away. And we saw another consultant who said, we're still not sure, but we think if he has had a cold and it's not gone fully out of his system, or due to stress, that it's attacked him, and it's attacked all the joint area. So they gave him more IV, and we sat there, and then they said, we're going to have to admit him. So we had to wait for a bed. Amongst all this as well, the police were getting called in the main waiting room because there was fights between patients, threats towards nurses. There was a prisoner struggling with a guard. One poor old man fell over while he was waiting, and then they picked him up, sat him somewhere where they thought was safe, and then the sandwich trolley woman wheeled over his foot. It was just a bit of an eye-opener. Got him to the ward, and I think this was about 9 o'clock at night, and the nurse was sort of like just setting him up and everything. Because again, we still got no answers. I still didn't know what was going on. And I said, I'll be back tomorrow, as soon as I can get through. I'll visit him. To which I got told, no, as soon as you leave tonight, you'll be denied access, full stop. I was like, why? Because of the neurovirus that had got into the hospital, they blocked all wards to visitors. So all the while he was in there, I couldn't even visit, which made it harder, because he was low, he was poorly. They kind of didn't know what was going on either. They were moving him from one ward to that. On the Saturday, he spent most of the day in the corridor of the ward because they were trying to make room for this and that, and then they forgot about him, and it wasn't great, but it is what it is. And we got him back home. He's a bit better. He's got to see a rheumatologist in a clinic soon. Yeah, he's not 100%, and he's still got like mottling. The swelling has all gone down, and he's not purple anymore. But he has got like mottly rashes on the back of his hands. But he can stand again now, so he's like walking around the house a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, it was his birthday on Wednesday, and again, the appetite, he's living off of soup at the moment. I'm doing him soups and stuff. Yeah, we're still none the wiser. But I think each day we'll just take as it comes and see what happens. But on that, the lovely messages, and I had private messages towards my Facebook page as well. Oh, thank you so much. It's lovely to know that people care. Oh, you know, my family and my friends and my new family friends, just knowing that you all care and are in the corner is lovely. It does mean a lot. So thank you. So yeah, that's update number one. I'm just going to have a little sip of this because my throat is just dry and, well, you can probably hear. We think we know because on top of this, Jed's got this as well. Because a man behind us had the most horrific flu in the waiting room that I've ever seen. I think it may have come from him. But it can't be helped. Everyone's poorly in a hospital, you know, so it can't be helped. Right, so that's Jed. On to what this channel was meant to be about. Weight. Now, last Friday when Jed was getting taken to hospital, I obviously didn't make group. So while I was waiting for a call back from 111, I weighed myself here. My scales are quite accurate to the group that I weigh at. So I took a photo and I sent it in. And that was, so last Friday, it was a £3 gain. So the whole Christmas period, the 2-week Christmas period, you know, I had that £10 gain, then a £3 gain. Which wasn't outrageous because the year before, I think I'd done £16.5 gain. But I didn't work on it for the year. And that's what I do not want to do this year. But I think I've remedied this already. I weighed today. And I'm chuffed to bits. I'll just cover that bit up because I don't mind my details, but the ladies, her details are on there. I don't know if you can see that. I lost £8. My first weigh-in of the year. £8 loss. And as you can see, my stay the same, losses, gains, they've just been, there's much improvement needed. A lot of improvement. I've just spent the last up and down in the whole year. It's just been, but yeah. So I weighed today with an £8 loss. It was hovering on 8.5, but she called it £8. So I was like, all right. But I will take that. I'm very pleased. I haven't calorie counted. I have. I've said it before, but in case anyone new's watching, when I'm stressed and when I'm ill, alone or together, it doesn't stop me eating. I will still eat. I'll stress eat. I'm an emotional eater. So I have eaten this week. I've just not calorie counted it, but it's been, there's still a load of stuff here. Christmas foods that didn't get eaten because of like what was happening. I'm pretty sure I've missed bits out as well that have gone disastrously wrong, but yeah, I've not fancied the treats. The other day I got so excited because I did myself a jacket potato and I mixed tuna, cottage cheese, red onion, some spring onions on top of it as well. I sat there, I was like a pig in mud. Oh, healthy. Oh, it was really nice. I did a nice chicken salad the other day. Lovely. And I think that's what it's been. I've not had any alcohol. And naturally as well, the £10 and the £3 gain is going to be a lot of fluid, salt, sugar. I was drinking alcohol that, you know, the week of my party and stuff like that. Naturally, that was going to drop anyway. So to start the new year with an £8 loss, I'm buzzing. Doesn't look it. But I am chuffed. Sorry, another trip. I'm thrilled to bits with that. And then I want to work on it. Because I can't do what I did for 2024. 2024 was just a gap now, I think. There was, you know... But what happened, happened, and I can't change it. So I'm going to learn, and we move forward. And that's exactly what I'll do. I'm looking forward to getting more organised and getting back into it. Because I want to be as healthy as... I want to be as healthy as we can possibly be. And when I was in A&E the other day with Jed, I mean, I'm not a picture of health anyway. I've got a trachea. You know, I'm overweight. But there were certain people in there. I was like, wow. Without our health, we don't have anything. So I want to get healthy. I want to, you know, I want to get fitter. But I will talk about more New Year's resolutions and things like that on Sunday's vlog, because the lovely Leanne from Fat Lass Story has tagged me in some New Year Q&A thing, because she kindly did the Q&A thing from Christmas. And it's to do with like what you've got coming up, and so I'll answer anything like that. But she also, if you're not following her, subscribing to her, sorry, she also has had an epic weight loss this week, so might be worth going and checking her out. And she's just beautiful. I love her. But yeah, and a lovely friend from group got me this. And it's like a little visual. So you could start by doing your measurements, goal things. And it's just like a diary. Although I do NutriCheck, sometimes it's nice to have a little visual, like actually physically writing it down. And you can put your like tracker habits. Yeah, I think it's 90 days. Yeah, hello new me. Be healthier, be in better shape, be happier. So I'm going to sit there and ask you about your mood for your food and your weight. Your food and your exercise for the day. Did you get any cravings? If so, how did you respond? And then midway, it asks you to do your measurements again. And then there's little... every page at the top has a little quote or a little, like, day 21, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Be stronger than your excuses is day 16. You know, just little things like that. And yeah, might get me pens out and fill that in. That's about it, I think, at the moment. But I wanted to come on and explain and yeah, and wish you a happy new year as well, really, because I haven't had a proper chance to say it. And again, for the lovely comments, just, you're all lovely. I'm slowly catching up with vlogs. There's so much like Christmas telly I've not watched and stuff yet. Yeah. I feel like we didn't have Christmas, really, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, we're still smiling, and that's the main thing. But I'll be back on Sunday. So I'm going to do Leanne's questions. She's tagged some lovely other accounts as well, like Nikki, Jane. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing theirs as well. So that's going to be nice. I also, what is tonight? I'm going to watch the darts final with Jed, because It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I want to do the, I've forgotten his name. Michael Van Gerwen and Luke Littler. He's only 17. But he's like in the final and his dances, it's amazing. So yeah, I will watch that. We'll probably watch it in bed actually, because we're both like, look at us. No. But yeah, I will send this. Thank you so much if you got this far, especially with me sounding like this and looking like this. And big love to all of you, and I'll see you Sunday. Take care and happy weekend.